This video is in continuity with the previous video of the chapter Human Health and Diseases. The various objectives we are going to cover in this video are diseases caused by helminths such as Teniasis, Ascaris, Elephantiasis, Filariasis, diseases caused by fungi such as ringworm. So first of all, discussing about the diseases caused by helminths. It is Teniasis. The disease Teniasis is caused by adult tapeworm Taenia solium, also called poke tapeworm, which lives in the small intestine of man. It is a flatworm that has a scolex with hooks and suckers for attachment to the intestine. Generally, only one tapeworm is found in the host. At times, one of the stages of life cycle, cysticercus or the larva, gets lodged in any of the organs and causes the disease cysticercosis. And if lodged in brain, it may lead to epilepsy or blindness. So, talking about the mode of infection. Man becomes infected by eating improperly cooked pork. Adult worm, it lives in the intestine of man, whereas the larvae left in the muscles of pig, that is a secondary host. Vegetarians also get it by eating unwashed raw vegetables, as the egg of the worms are present in the soil. Generally, tapeworm needs a secondary host, that is pig, to complete rest of the stages of its life cycle. But sometimes these eggs or larvae may also develop in man, causing cysticercosis. So, what are the basic symptoms of Teniasis? It causes abdominal pains, vomiting, and discomfort. It may also cause loss of appetite, called anorexia, and chronic indigestion. It may lead to weakness, which is generally due to some other disorder associated with it. Tapeworm may remain undetected for a number of years as the symptoms are vague and not specified. That is, they are non-specific. Now, talking about the cure of Teniasis. Teniasis can be cured by drugs which help to remove only the long segmented strobilar region of tapeworm. Scolex can be removed only by surgery. What are the preventive measures? How we can prevent the occurrence of Teniasis? Eating properly cooked pork, maintaining hygiene, good sanitation so that sewage does not pass into the soil, washing and cooking the vegetables properly before eating. Now, next we'll be talking about Ascariasis. Ascariasis is caused by the common roundworm Ascaris lumbricoides, which is a parasite in the intestine of man. Number of parasites ranging from 50 to 5,000 may be present in a single host. Talking about the mode of infection, it is one of the most common parasites found in man. Children are invariably affected by it. Ascaris has a simple life cycle, man being the only host. Eggs pass out along with the feces and gets mixed with the soil, water and plants. The infection can occur by swallowing food or vegetables contaminated with such soil, water, or by eating with dirty hands. What are the symptoms of Ascariasis? The parasites cause abdominal discomfort, colic pains, internal bleeding, muscular pain, and even anemia. They may also cause fever, nausea, and cough. In severe cases, the worms may block the intestines and appendix. Since these worms irritate the mucous membranes of the host and prevent digestion of proteins, they may cause nervousness and convulsions. In case they travel to bile duct or pancreatic duct, digestion may severely be affected by this. What is the cure? Talking about cure of Ascariasis. Number of medicines like 10-gram dose of piperazine phosphate with calcium cyanocytes and nimocid are very effective. Now talking about the preventive measures. Personal cleanliness and washing hands thoroughly before eating, because it is basically spreading with contaminated hands also. Eating properly cooked food, proper disposal of human feces so that they do not mix with the soil, washing all eatables before consuming. So next in the row we'll be discussing about Elephantiasis, that is also called as Filariasis. Cause: Elephantiasis is caused by filarial worms. Filaria means thread-like. Wucheria bancroftae or Wucheria malai, which are only 2 to 4 inches long and live in the lymphatic glands of man. This disease has been known since 6th century AD in India. The filarial worms cause a slowly developing chronic inflammation of the organs in which they live for many years. What is the mode of infection? The filarial worms usually infect the lymphatic vessels of lower limbs, and the disease is called elephantiasis or filariasis. The pathogen is transmitted to a healthy person through the bite of the female Culex mosquito. The female worm discharges microscopic larvae called microfilariae into the lymph and blood. These larvae do not develop further unless sucked by the female Culex mosquito. These mosquitoes act as the vectors, means the carrier of the disease, and transfer the developed larvae back into the skin of man. From skin, they travel to lymph glands and mature over there. What are the symptoms of elephantiasis? Single infection may not be dangerous, but repeated infestation obstruct the flow of lymph. It causes excessive growth of connective tissue. It also causes enlargement of certain parts like legs and even arms. Legs may become so swollen that they resemble those of an elephant. Hence the name elephantiasis for disease is given. The genital organs are often affected, resulting in gross deformities. So talking about the cure and prevention, the drugs like methyl carbamazine destroys the microfilariae to restrict further infection like malaria. Eradication of the Culex species of mosquito is extremely important. Now talking about diseases caused by fungi. The fungal infection is caused by the microscopic spores that infect the outer skin and usually inhabit the humid, slightly moist and protected regions of the body like scalp, feet, armpit, etc. Athlete's foot, that is the skin infection between the toes, and ringworm are common fungal infections. So here talking about ringworm in detail. Ringworm is a common fungal infection. It is called ringworm because of the ring-shaped lesions that appear on the skin. It is highly contagious, means it spreads from an unhealthy person or a diseased person to a healthy person and spreads through direct contact and personal articles and clothes of the person infected with the disease. Now, what is the cause of ringworm? Many fungi belonging to genus Microsporum, Trichophyton, and Epidermophyton are responsible for causing ringworm. Ringworms are generally acquired from soil or by using towels, clothes, or even the combs of infected individuals. Talking about the symptoms, it usually affects the scalp, groin areas, skin, and nails. The affected area appears red, discolored, and is covered by dry, scaly lesions and vesicles. The area is itchy and causes irritation. The fungus attacks the epidermis and produces a patch of inflamed tissue, means causes swelling over there. The infected patch spreads outwards and heals in the center, giving a ring-like appearance. The image we have already seen. So, talking about the cure and prevention, that is how to treat ringworm. The region of the body affected depends on the species of fungus. In some people, the infection may clear up without treatment. If not, fungicide cream or powder is applied to the affected area. Heat and moisture helps the fungus to grow and make it thrive in skin folds such as groin and toes. talking about the measures for personal hygiene. One of the most effective ways to protect oneself and others from illness is personal hygiene. That is extremely important for prevention of infectious diseases. So, what are the points which are included under personal hygiene? Keeping the body clean, it includes taking care of skin, keeping the hands, nails, hair, and other body parts neat and clean. Washing hands with soap and water before eating or handling the food. Consuming clean drinking water, eating freshly cooked food, washing the vegetables and fruits thoroughly before eating. So, what are the measures which are to be followed for public hygiene? Along with personal hygiene, public or community hygiene is equally important. It is important to keep the surroundings clean. Health of a person is directly influenced by the environment a person lives in. Some of the area in public hygiene includes proper disposal of waste and excreta, periodic cleaning and disinfection of water reservoirs, pools and tanks, observing standard practice of hygiene in public catering, prevent stagnation of water in and around the residential areas. Thank you so much. We'll continue in the next video.